different ones a week. Cause I deserve that. It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. No. Don't play with it, baby. Say what you gon' do?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Hines. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun is Eason. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Eason to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
58, come on. 58, come on. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Second down, here's Eason. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Eason. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
The ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run with Hines. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Naheem Hines.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd and 2, Eason. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Waiting on it will be Richie James. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
Herbert's pass.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Accelerating, and off he goes.
They are not ready for us.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Seahawks 0. Matt Bosher is set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now James returning. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
He's taken down.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
First down, Seattle.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Justin Herbert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Eason sets to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for... And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Colts 14. Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And the Seahawks.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Herbert now. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time.
You know, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The 22-yard line.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. First and 10, Eason. It's complete to Brown, right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Complete to Marquise Brown. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He was covered by C.J.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Here's James. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
Herbert.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10. their own 32-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st down, Jacob Eason. Pass incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run again with Hines. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check. Lucky.
They'll try to run with Hines. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They'll run for it with Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Seahawks 14. Matt Bosher is set to kick off.
It's Bosher to kick it away. Now James returning. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last